Does Hakim Ziyech bring anything to Chelsea?
Not really. Not
No.
anymore.
I'm so fed up of this man in our squad.
Yeah, there's so many things about our squad that isn't right at the moment. Tuchel's basically said that himself, and it lost him his job.
Yeah.
Basically saying that the issues are still here. The issues haven't been solved. We're just trying to add stuff to it. One of those issues, I believe, is the likes of Hakim Ziyech.
Now, there's a few players in Chelsea's squad that we could talk about that kind of have this same problem. But Ziyech, for me at least, is the biggest problem.
He's definitely got to be up there. He comes across as such a sulky, like whiny little kid kind of thing. He doesn't act like an adult. He doesn't get on with things. He just kind of sulks.
Yeah.
I can understand he was brought into the team, brought into Chelsea. He is a winger. That is what he is. You want to be playing a front three, playing him out wide. That's where he plays best.
Yeah.
And pretty much he did that a bit under lamps. Then Tuchel came in and went, yeah, we don't do wingers anymore.
Yeah.
And he'd been played out of position.
But that's the problem with a lot of our team.
And it's one thing that I never understand is, okay, you're great on the wing, you can cross the ball, blah, blah, blah. Let's move you slightly inside and you forget how to play football.
Yeah.
The principle is still the same of what you need to do. It just means you have a few different responsibilities, but that doesn't explain why you then can't shoot, because surely that doesn't change.
I feel the same about Pulisic as well. Like it's the same sort of problem with him. A young, super talented, has so much potential. Comes into Chelsea's squad, shows sparks of greatness, but overall, consistently, not good.
I know. And it's so frustrating because the first 6 months he was there, he was brilliant. I absolutely loved him. And I think those 6 months are still kind of saving him a little bit at this point, at least in my eyes. Because I know how good he can be. The thing with Ziyech is we've never really seen the best of him. His best performance came against us when it was Ajax in the Champions League. And he scored from that stupid angle with a free kick. It was just...
He did have that one goal. The game escapes me, but he scored that one screamer last season. Everyone was like, "This is why he's at Chelsea. This is why he was worth the money." I can't remember his fee. Do you remember his fee? I don't think it was silly. I think Havertz was way more.
No, it was
like 18, 20 million, somewhere in that region.
It was coming from a team like Ajax, it was a fairly standardish kind of fee.
Yeah.
But also he's older. We signed him when he was 26, 27, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much as he was going to grow into a player. It was we should have been signing the finished article of what Ziyech can be and adding him into our squad. But we do what we do with a lot of attackers and made him worse.
Yeah. Now, if you look at his performances over recent games,
yes,
it's got to the point where, your clickbaity pages such as like your sport Bibles and stuff are putting up articles about how bad he is. Now, obviously they like to draw clicks and over-exaggerate stuff. But this was one article that I agree with. Like, his stats are just not good. He's not bringing anything to the team. Again, my memory, was it the first group stage Champions League game, perhaps? Whichever one it was, I remember Chelsea got a free kick. Ziyech was like, "I'm taking this."
Oh yeah, this was him hitting the wall. Got 2 goals the sack.
It was an awful free kick. He hit the wall. Like, I feel like if you're a professional footballer that's on set pieces, same as if you're on corners, you've got to beat the first man.
Yeah.
If you're taking free kicks, you've got to get it over the wall.
Yeah,
it's like inexcusable.
Yeah, it's one of those, like 1 in 100 I can maybe accept because we're human.
Yeah,
but the consistency that it goes wrong is the problem.
It's so low. And this perfect example, he hit the wall, and then what bugs me is it's not like I don't see the passion there. Sometimes he just looks kind of sarcastic, like, that was bad. Oh well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that bugs me. Like, where's your passion? And then we had another free kick in a similar area later on. I think Reece James wanted to take it. Ziyech walks over and he's like, "No, I'm taking it." And it's a little bit of an argument, but he gets his own way, even after such a poor first free kick. And what happens?
Does it again.
He does it again.
Yeah. It's like, I can it's a weird one because I do like that mentality of, okay, I messed up my first.
Let me try again.
I'm better than that. Let me prove it. I will go score this one.
Yeah.
But to then, if anything, have a worse one.
Yeah.
You're just a bit like, especially over Reece James at this time. Like, I mean, I will admit that Reece James is probably the first name on the team sheet for me.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot I feel he can do wrong at this time. Even if he makes a mistake, same as what Thiago Silva did in our last game. Like, I hold no grudge against him for that because he's been so consistent. The passion is there. You can see it's all effort. It was a mistake. Where it comes to Ziyech, and you're like, there's no passion. There's no real effort. You could tell that if he wasn't on stupid footballer money, he would be gone in a second. It is only money keeping him there.
Yeah, I don't have positive things to say about him. I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm talking football now.
Yeah.
Obviously he's talented. Obviously there's signs of a very good player.
Yeah.
But it's so few and far between that these moments happen.
Yeah. But you know what? The irony of all this will be is we will go and sell him. No, sorry. We'll go loan him out.
No, we'll give him away for free.
No, yeah, we'll loan him out and then give him away for free. That's how we do it. Yeah, we'll loan him out to like your AC Milan is the first team that pops into my head. That kind of idea. He will go and wreak havoc in Serie A. He will look like a world beater, and then we'll sell him for something stupid like, for free for 5 million, just let his contract run down, whatever. And you will go, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But at the same time, Premier League's a different beast. And
it is.
I mean, in the nicest way, Giroud, loved Giroud.
Yeah.
He couldn't go and score 20 plus goals a season in the Premier League. He was great for the team, but he wasn't that, by the end of his time with Chelsea anyway, he wasn't that, top goal scorer, challenging player.
I still love him though.
Oh, I'd still absolutely love him. But he goes to Serie A, and I feel like most weeks I look at AC Milan's results, see how Tomori's doing and stuff, and Giroud has got a goal.
Yeah.
Or he's like, sometimes it's even, he comes on for 20 minutes, gets a goal.
Happens to every player we have. It's same as Tammy. Tammy's done great at Roma. I haven't seen too many Roma results recently, but I know he started his career there very well.
Yeah, the last one I remember seeing was, I think they won 3-0, and it was Dybala with 2 and Tammy with 1. And you're just like, okay, please God, Jose.
Yeah. Now, we all know that modern football stats are king. So I think it's time to have a little look at the stats here.
Okay.
So what was it that attracted Chelsea to Hakim Ziyech? Well, obviously, we bought him from Ajax. Now, for Ajax, he had 165 appearances. In those 165, he scored 49 goals.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just over 1 in 3.
Yeah.
And 81 assists. So that's pretty much an assist in every 2 games.
Okay. So how many goal involvements is that? Sorry. 81 and
49.
81 and 49. So 130. So 130 goal involvements in, what was it, 160 something games?
165.
165. That's good.
That's great.
That's basically a goal involvement 2 in every 3 games.
Yeah.
Ish. That is, if we had players doing that, that would be amazing.
Yes.
That's pretty much Sterling at the moment for us, and no one else. Maybe Reece James.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you can see the attraction, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see it. And I think funnily enough, I think the final nail in the coffin that we were like, no, we're bringing him in, is when he destroyed us.
Yeah.
And that's what Chelsea like to do. We like to go, this player played well against us. Let's sign him.
Even if we go back to his previous team, which I'm not sure if it was previous or his 3rd most appearances anyway, 20 Enschede FC. 20. I'm sorry for my butchering of that pronunciation, but 76 games played there with 34 goals and 30 assists.
Yes.
So 64 goal involvements there in 76 games. So a similar sort of stat there to Ajax, and the attraction is obvious. Very talented player.
Yes.
Game changer, some might say.
Yeah, he is a great playmaker, a great winger. He should be so much better.
The Premier League, as we know, is always a game changer for players.
Yeah, I think the physicality of the Premier League is something that he very much struggles with. He's not the strongest in the squad.
No.
And he doesn't exactly strike me as the player who throws himself around a lot. No. Never really seen it. He's more of a gets tackled and sulks rather than chases back. And even if he chased back, got a yellow card and hacked the legs because he's frustrated. I don't mind seeing that in a way, within reason, obviously. Koulibaly was a bad example of that kind of thing. But it's just there's no passion. Like, the stats can show it, but that's doing it in Holland.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at those 2 teams, both very good. Let's look at his stats since joining Chelsea. So since joining Chelsea, he's only played 87, which is more than that previous team, but a lot less, of course, than Ajax. In 87 games, he's only scored 14 goals.
Okay.
It's not terrible for his position, but it's not good. but now only 10 assists.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like, especially after having 81 in 165 for Ajax, he's brought in more as a goal creator than scorer.
Yes.
Looking at the stats.
Yeah, that's definitely where he would be in us. We wouldn't be playing him expecting a goal. We would definitely hope he'd chip in. But so overall, what was that? So he's had how many goal involvements in how many appearances?
24 and 87.
24 and 87. So that's not even 1 in 3.
No.
That's less than 1 in 3. Which in the Premier League, if you want to challenge, really, if you want to challenge for top 4, that's not good enough for your creative outlets. It's shocking. I hate to say it, he's just not good enough. No. And Chelsea have had this issue for a while where we've had a lot of squad players who are just not good enough, but we've kept them because we've given them stupid wages.
Yep.
And the player's like, well, unless you want to pay me out, like, what's the point? It's like your Alonso's, your Bakayoko's, your Barclays. Ziyech is turned into that.
Drink water.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but potentially even like Timo.
Yeah.
Just because his wage was so high.
Yeah.
If he was on like a more, average wage, it probably wouldn't seem as bad. But because he was one of the highest paid, it was a bit. Even Kepa. Like, Kepa gets paid more than Mendy, which is just a ridiculous thing for a backup keeper at the moment. And
Chelsea don't make good signings. Well, we're notorious for it.
Yeah. I mean, Marina was always known as the great negotiator. She did the best deals. I don't think she did.
No, I agree. She signed players that had great reputations, but you don't need to look at their reputations in other leagues. You need to go, how would they fit into this league? How would they do against the likes of Man City, against Liverpool?
Yeah, this is something that I'm hoping will improve now under Bowley, that we kind of struggled with Abramovich. Abramovich was always the case of, I like this player, you are having this player, make it work, kind of thing. The manager didn't really get much of a choice. I mean, that's why Mourinho got sacked the first time. And I'm sure many of the managers have had many disagreements with him when he was there. Where now Bowley has gone the opposite way and gone with Tuchel. He was like, which players do you want? Just tell me which ones you want. We will sign the ones you want. By the way, you're sacked. But hopefully that's a sign in the future, though, that the manager, hopefully Graham Potter, could be a nice long-term manager for us, that he will get the case of going, now these are the players I want. These are the ones I don't want. And we can actually get rid of them. Hopefully Bowley will just kind of be like, well, if they were Abramovich players, I'm happy to take that loss on them. A bit like Lukaku.
Yeah.
And just go, they weren't my investment. So I just kind of have to steady the ship. So hopefully those kind of players, like Ziyech, is the kind of the poisonous root that's sitting there, just digging in.
Wasting money.
The
final question I have for this topic then is, what is Ziyech bringing to Chelsea, if anything? I know that everyone says it's important to have strength and depth, and it's great to have impact players on the bench, even if he's not a starting player. But is he even that?
No, I'm very much in the position as I would rather have a youth player on the bench who I believe can't have less of an impact as him, but also gain some experience from it, than actually have Ziyech on the pitch or on the bench. I just think him in the dressing room, I obviously don't know what goes on behind the scenes. He might be the joker of the group and everyone loves him and he's great and he brings everyone up. But his mentality on the pitch is just so poor. I think the best thing Chelsea can do with him is just get rid of him.
I agree. So you don't think that the answer here is to loan him out? It's just sell him, move on.
Because of his age, we loan him out. He's in his 30s then. By the time he comes back and do anything, we'll get nothing. We may as well just, although we're not going to get anywhere near what we paid for him.
Let's get like 10, 15 mil.
Yeah, even that at this point. It's just a case of get him off the wages more than anything. Yeah. Like I said, I'd rather put some faith in some of the youth because we do have a decent starting 11, a decently strong bench. Why not add the youth into it rather than just topping it up with a few of these overly paid, sulky kits?
Yeah, I agree. So this is our plea. Graham Potter, buddy, if you're listening, please sell Hakim Ziyech.
Although, before we do finish, I actually have a question for you.
Okay.
If you had to sell one, Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, which one you keeping? Which one you selling?
I'm definitely selling Ziyech. I think they both have been similar in terms of consistency. They've both shown sparks of greatness, but consistently being average or below. Pulisic, however, first of all, and this is going to sound really silly, he's American and he's a star in America, which means he sells a lot of shirts.
Yes.
Which is great for the club. It was only a few seasons ago that he was third behind Messi and Ronaldo.
Yes.
Which is crazy. So for that reason, I think he's good for the club. Also, he's much younger. He's still only like, what, 23, 24?
Yeah, he's not as old. He's not mid-20s yet.
No.
So
that says a lot for me. He can still grow. So yeah, I personally, even though he's not bringing much to the squad now, I think he's a good squad player. Whereas Ziyech, I feel, what's the point?
Yeah. Fair.
Do you feel the same?
I do. Okay. I like Pulisic. I know he's not been great, but at least with him, I can see that it's there, and that when it clicks, it will click.
It's there for Ziyech as well. Just
see, I don't even see that anymore. Really? For me, it's gone. That spark is gone. It's not going to happen at Chelsea for him, no matter what, in my opinion. I don't see anyone coming in and making it happen. Where Pulisic, I see a better mentality with that player. So I feel like he does still.
I feel the passion with him. I feel like he's devastated when he misses a chance, or with Ziyech, I'm just like, oh, he's like,
which was why someone like Timo was always so accepted by the fans.
I love Timo
because no matter what he did, you could see it affected him, and that he was frustrated, and he knows he was better than that.
There's always loads of Timo chants in the crowd at Stamford Bridge, and I remember the interview where he was like, "I don't understand why they support me. I'm not doing good."
It's like, how do they still support me? I've missed so many chances now.
I love Timo,
but Timo can do no wrong.
He did a lot of wrong, but yeah. So that's that. Obviously, as always, guys, join in the discussion. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of Hakim Ziyech. If you're a Chelsea fan, should he stay or should he go? If you're not a Chelsea fan, I'm guessing you want him to stay. If you support another team, would you have him? Would you take him from Chelsea? That's an interesting topic for discussion. Let us know. That's it from us, guys. Hope you have a great day. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Final Whistle.
Bye, guys.